In case you haven't noticed, the Toronto Maple Leafs are hot right now.
Absolutely unbelievable. It's a tie game! Woo! Finally! Go Leafs, go! It's not baseball, but let's see a rally. Let's go Leafs!
Shh. Let's go. Here we go. The Maple Leafs are hot right now. This team is rolling, and this win was a big win, a 3-0 win over the Nashville Predators. That makes it 9 of their last 10 games the Toronto Maple Leafs have won, and they've now won 4 consecutive games after a disappointing loss to the Los Angeles Kings, 5-1 loss just a week ago. So this has been a nice stretch of game for the Toronto Maple Leafs, and this is a nice way to really add to that. A 3-0 victory over the Nashville Predators, and I'm happy to say that this was the nicest win of all of the wins that we've seen recently. This was a really nice win. A lot of the wins that we've been seeing from this team have been uncomfortable, uneasy victories. But today, it felt good. It felt like this was a dominant performance from the Toronto Maple Leafs. 3-0, all around dominant performance. You got your special teams, special teams performances, hard fought win on both sides of the puck, defensively, offensively, and then in net, Jack Campbell being the rock he has been for this team. Just a great all around win for the Leafs here tonight. Leafs Nation 9-1. Yo, 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 Joe Clark, how's it going? Chuck Fleet, Frank Rusty Nails. JB says Clifford is back. Yes, we will get to that. It's been quite the day in Leafs land here today. We had Dion Phaneuf officially retiring from the NHL. Dion Phaneuf, you can say what you will about his career, but it was a successful career in the NHL. Anytime you can play over 1,000 games and captain an original 6 team, I'd consider that a successful career. Congratulations to him on retirement, and best of wishes to Dion Phaneuf. Gotta say, I was a bit surprised to see there's a ovation for him today. I was a bit surprised by that, but I was happy to see it for him, and I was happy to see Dion Phaneuf retiring. I kind of thought that, I mean, he hasn't played since 2019. I thought that he kind of already did retire, but yeah, it's. I guess he's just waiting to really announce it. He retires today as a Toronto Maple Leaf, so good for him, and wishing him nothing but the best. And another thing that happened today, another storyline in Leafs land. The Toronto Maple Leafs acquire Kyle Clifford. Yes, Clifford, the big blue dog, is back in Toronto. We've acquired him from the St. Louis Blues in exchange for future considerations. So basically, the Maple Leafs give up nothing, and they add more grit, sandpaper, and depth. Kyle Clifford will probably be with the Toronto Marlies organization, and it's nice to give him an opportunity to play with some of the younger players, help groom them, and really prepare them for the NHL levels. This is a guy who's won Stanley Cups with the Los Angeles Kings. Last time he was in Toronto, the trade worked out pretty well. And it's not because of Kyle Clifford, but the Toronto Maple Leafs in that trade acquired Jack Campbell and Kyle Clifford in exchange for Trevor Moore and a couple picks. And I think it's safe to say that trade has worked out very well for the Toronto Maple Leafs. Jack Campbell tonight, another fantastic outing for Soupy. His 100th career start. So there's no more saying Jack Campbell hasn't even started 100 games in the NHL, because he has. And tonight he got his 7th career shutout. I'll take that. If you can get a shutout, 7% of your starts in the NHL, I'll take that. And third of the season, his 3rd shutout of the season already. We're just 17 games into the year. Jack Campbell's been playing out of his mind, out of this world. He leads the league in save percentage, and he has over the past 2 seasons. Jack Campbell has really solidified himself as a starting goaltender of this team, and really he the numbers don't lie. He's been an elite goaltender uh, ever since he's taken over here. Smash the like button. Thank you. Thank you, Joseph Clark. Yes, if you haven't already, please make sure you smash the like button and hit the notification bell to be notified every time new content's being released on Maple Leafs Media. I've got these post-game shows, and I've got some interesting content coming out in the coming days here. Absolutely, absolutely, Frank Rusty Nils. Jack Campbell is a bona fide starting goaltender. There's no doubt about that. But Jack Campbell is really becoming like an elite goaltender. I think the numbers don't lie. He has been an elite goaltender ever since he's taken over for the Maple Leafs. Tonight, he earns first star of the game in this one with a shutout. Austin Matthews, second star of the game. He had a goal, and then he had an assist on the Mitch Marner empty net. And Andrei Kase, I'm going to give the third star. He only had an assist in this game, but that's not what matters. He had a massive block shot. He was getting in the dirty areas. He got that assist. Andrei Kase has been a stud for the Maple Leafs this season. He's been really outplaying that contract, and he's had a massive impact on the Maple Leafs' success here recently. Frank Rusty Nail says Andrei Kase is my favorite Leaf right now. And Andrei Kase is very fun to watch. He's an exciting player to watch. Plays with so much grit and intensity. He he'll get in the way of the block shots. He gets in the dirty areas, and he makes plays happen. He makes things happen for the team. And really, I think it's safe to say that he makes any line better. We've seen Andrei Kase playing up. We saw Andrei Kase playing with Austin Matthews recently, and that I thought that was going pretty well. Andrei Kase has made a real impact on this Maple Leaf squad so far this season, and I think players seeing what Andrei Kase is doing, that makes them want to sacrifice their body more. Say, hey, if he's doing it, I can do it too. And that's a great comparison, Frank. Great comparison. I agree totally. Andrei Kase, he says, Andrei Kase reminds me a lot of Leo Komarov with perhaps can add more offense. I agree with that. Cameron says, I love the excitement by Kase on Camp's goal. Yeah, you love to see players being excited for each other. It's not just when you score a goal, you get hyped up. No, you want to see equally hyped up when everyone else scores on the team. Uh, Team player Andrei Kase, he's demonstrated that early and often for the Maple Leafs this year. And I said earlier that this special teams have been special. That's why it's not a typo. Special teams, because the Maple Leafs have they've had special teams performances throughout this season. The penalty kill came into this game as the fourth ranked penalty kill in the NHL. The power play came into this game as the seventh ranked power play in the NHL. And you got a power play goal tonight. No goals allowed at all. A great penalty kill. The Maple Leafs special teams units have been special, and that really helps a team succeed throughout a season. You saw last year, Maple Leafs power play early in the year was fantastic through the first month and a bit. But right after that, it crashed and it never came back. It crashed, and the Maple Leafs power play was a shell of what it should have been last year for the majority of the season. You're seeing it rebound this year, and it needs to continue. It's nice to see, but we need to see it continue throughout the whole season. It's a long season, and in the month of November, this team's been great, and the special teams units have been great. I'm more talking about the power play when I see it. I want to see it be consistent because I believe the penalty kill unit, it's going to be consistent, and you can slot some more players into the penalty kill unit than you can on this power play. Frank Rusty Nails, I like that. Andrei Kase on the power play. I think that'd be again, he's made an impact everywhere he's played. On the penalty kill and on whatever line he's played on, Andrei Kase has made an impact. Why not put him on the power play? Plug him in on the power play, let him make some plays, get in front of the net, and do what he does because it's working. So I just wanted to point out tonight I had in fantasy, I had a great night for my fantasy goaltenders because I had both goaltenders in tonight's game starting in fantasy. And usually you don't want to play goaltenders that are playing against each other because one of them is going to lose and it's going to hurt your numbers in most occasions. But I was confident that tonight was going to be a low scoring game. So I went ahead and I played Jack Campbell and UC Saros. These goaltenders have been great this season. And look at the numbers they put up tonight. Fantastic numbers for my fantasy goaltending. And this is a categories league. So that really helps out my team. Uh, Tonight, my goaltenders combined for a 1.02 goals against average, a 965 save percentage, and of course, Jack Campbell got the shutout. Fantastic night for me in fantasy hockey. Big shout out to those two goaltenders for helping me out. Matthew says, Freddie, who? Jack Campbell can win the Vezina playing like this. It's not out of the question. It's definitely not outlandish. Uh, of course, we want to see it continue. And I have no reason to believe that it won't continue. Jack Campbell's been extremely consistent ever since he's taken over for the Maple Leafs. He's leading the league in save percentage over the past 2 seasons. So Jack Campbell's been great. And Frederick Anderson, hey, he's been great in Carolina as well. But it doesn't matter. Let's be appreciative of what we have here in Toronto. Jack Campbell, Soupy has been fantastic. I don't want to hear anything about Frederick Anderson right now. And Mikheyev should replace Engvall. I I would expect that to happen some point soon. I would expect Ilya Mikheyev to definitely slot into the lineup when he's available for this team. The thing about Robertson is that he's injured right now, so you can't bring up Nick Robertson right now. But yes, he does offer a wicked one-timer. He has a great shot, and he's a speedy player. But Nick Robertson, he's injured right now, and I don't really think he's going to be on this team this season. I don't think he'll be here. He's injured with a leg injury, and then after that, you probably want to let him rehab and take the season to play with the Marlies, and then maybe we see him make an impact next year. But I don't think I'd get my hopes up about Nick Robertson making an impact on the Leafs this year. And Joe, Joe. It's of course we all love Campbell here, but yes, that's a reasonable thing. You want to see Peter Mrazek get some games. You want to see him get healthy. But at the same time, you don't want to rush back Peter Mrazek with a groin injury because those are lingering injuries. So, I mean, I thought Wall looked good the other night. I really did. I know he allowed 4 goals against the Buffalo Sabres, but I think he looked good the other night, and I'd definitely be willing to give him another start or two. But you want to, of course, you want to get Mrazek back, um, but you can't rush it back because you want Mrazek down the stretch of the season, and you don't want to rush him back and then potentially have an injury that becomes worse and keeps him out for a longer period of time. That's something that you want to be careful with, and I believe that the Maple Leafs, they're going to do the right thing managing this injury. I hope Campbell stays healthy and keeps going after his shutout record and go for a real streak. Chuck Fleet. Hopefully Campbell doesn't get hurt with Peter hurt. Hey, everybody, chill with this Jack Campbell stuff. I'm I love Jack Campbell's performance, and it's great that we're saying he's been fantastic, but we're saying a lot about him getting injured, and I'm worried we're going to talk this into existence. Let's not. Uh, Jack Campbell's been great for us. Let's leave it at that. Jack Campbell's been fantastic for the Maple Leafs ever since he's taken over. Last year, he was great, and this year, he has continued to be great for the Toronto Maple Leafs. Right now, Peter Mrazek's not available for us. We all know that Peter Mrazek is unavailable to come in and get some starts. I don't think it wouldn't have been just back-to-back games that Peter Mrazek's getting the second game of a back-to-back. It wouldn't have been like that. Peter Mrazek would have been getting some more starts to rest up Jack Campbell because Peter Mrazek is more than a competent goaltender. Peter Mrazek's a solid goaltender at the NHL level. But if he's unavailable, he's unavailable. Jack Campbell's he's got to get these teams these points. He's got to get these points for the Toronto Maple Leafs. Every point matters in an 82 game season. And no, I don't want to see Jack Campbell go down with injury. Of course not. Uh, like it's just something that we'll see if that happens. Then we'll talk about it. But right now, we're solid. We're solid in goal. Frank Rusty Nail says, with Clifford coming back to the Leafs, I think Ritchie's time with the Leafs is done and probably expect the Leafs to reacquire Adam Brooks tomorrow through the waiver wire. Leafs have first pick. That'd be nice to get back Adam Brooks for sure. That'd be good. I'm a big fan of Adam Brooks and his style of play. Uh, Nick Ritchie. Uh, Boy, oh boy, it's been tough for Nick Ritchie. Tonight, he got a look on the first line with Austin Matthews and Mitch Marner, and he was told, hey, here you go. You've been struggling, clearly. Sheldon Keefe pulled Nick Ritchie aside in practice, I'm sure, and said, hey, you've been struggling. We brought you in here to make an impact. We're going to give you a shot with the big boys. Go up there and play it with Mitch Marner and Austin Matthews. Do something positive for us. And he didn't do anything positive for us tonight. He got in a fight and he took a penalty the first play back from the penalty box after that fight. So Nick Ritchie, no positive impact tonight, and that's something that we've been saying on a nightly basis pretty much throughout the entirety of this season. Nick Ritchie's had a couple assists here and there, but he hasn't really had a great game that stood out to me. And that's a concern, especially when he's that size. He's supposed to stand out as someone when he's doing the right things, he should stand out, but he hasn't. Um, I don't know that his time with the Leafs is done. I don't know how you offload that contract, but yeah, we'll see. JB says Clifford will take Simmons' spot. I think Wayne Simmons' spot's. I think Wayne Simmons' pretty safe uh, on this roster. I don't think he's going anywhere anytime soon. With Mikheyev coming back, we need cap space. I think Ritchie is gone, and that's why we got Clifford for the bottom six. I like Ritchie, but not at 2.5 on the fourth line. Yeah, no, I'm not a big fan of the Nick Ritchie contract right now. At the beginning of the year, I was optimistic about it. I was hopeful, but $2.5 million for what? He hasn't made an impact at all. Not a positive one. The only impact that he's making is on the Maple Leafs payroll right now, and it's not a positive impact. But yeah, how's everyone feeling in Leafs land after this big dub 3-0 over the Nashville Predators? The Leafs have now won 9 of their past 10 games, 4 consecutive wins, and in the month of November they only have 1 loss, and that was against the Los Angeles Kings. Uh, it's been a great past 10 games for the Toronto Maple Leafs. This team has turned it up. They've got a fire lit under them right now. They're playing with motivation in the month of November, and it's a lot of positivity right now. Thursday night, we'll take on the New York Rangers, an original 6 team. The Maple Leafs will have a chance to get some vengeance for that overtime loss. What, the second game of the season, maybe third? Uh, we'll have an opportunity to get revenge for that overtime loss. Uh, Thursday night, I'll be here post game. So yeah, hope to see you there. And yes, Chuck Fleet says big Saturday night with the Pittsburgh game. Pittsburgh's a team that's had our number over the past few years, so that will be a big game. Sidney Crosby and the crew roll into town Saturday night, and the Penguins have looked atrocious. I'm not sure if they actually lost their game to Buffalo tonight. Let me check. They were losing 2-1 last time I checked. So Penguins have been, yeah, they lost 2-1. The Penguins are 5-6-4. It's a mess in Pittsburgh right now, and the Leafs will see them Saturday night. Matthew says last year all I heard was Leafs were only great because they were in an all Canadian division. We we are beating everyone right now. Feels pretty good, brother. It feels good to be beating teams right now. It does. It feels good to be hot and winning 9 of the last 10 games. It's a good feel. It's a good vibe in Leafs Nation right now. But hey, we got a long season ahead of us. I'm excited. I'm excited for the road ahead of us. But I'm not gonna say that this. I'm not gonna talk about any accolades or division titles or anything like that right now. It's way too early for that. Right now, this team is doing great and they need to keep it up one game at a time. This team needs to keep rolling. Yep. Leafs revenged on the Rangers too, lost in overtime. So Leafs have a couple of revenge games coming up Thursday night and Saturday night. Hopefully get some revenge on the Rangers for that loss early in the season. And then that Penguins loss, that was bad. 7-1. Yeah, we need to win those games and maybe put some demons behind us there. So 3 stars of the game tonight. You have Jack Campbell, Austin Matthews, Andrei Kase. Solid performance from them and an all-around solid team victory. This was one of the best victories I've seen from this team in a long time. I think that this was, although it wasn't the best opponent that they've played over the past 10 games, I think that this is the best victory that this Maple Leafs team has had in the stretch of games where they've won 9 of their past 10 games. All around great team performance. The penalty kill was great. Power play got a goal, and then Jack Campbell with a shutout. Great team performance, and they really helped. They didn't let this team in Nashville. They didn't let the Predators get back into this game at any point. I wasn't worried about it. The Maple Leafs controlled this game the whole way through, and that's exactly what you want to see. Winning is fun. Winning is fun. Let's go. Yeah, winning's fun. And hopefully the Maple Leafs can continue this stretch of dominant play that we've seen. I'll be back here Thursday night for a stream post game when the New York Rangers roll into town at Scotiabank Arena to take on our Maple Leafs. So see you then Thursday night. Thank you for watching. And once again, if you haven't, please make sure you smash the like button and hit the notification bell to be notified every time new content's coming out on Maple Leafs Media. If you're watching on Facebook, share this video, share the channel, and tell a friend to tell a friend. It helps out the brand in a big way. Thank you very much, and have a good night. It's a good night to be a Leafs fan. Let's go!